Gentlemen, please listen, take a heed. This is democracy manifest, that's the creed. I've done nothing wrong, can you not see? What is the charge you've laid on me? This bloke right here, he's done me wrong. Got me on the penis, stood there strong. Why did you go and do this deed? Is there a reason I need to heed? Eating a meal, a succulent feast. This is my crime, oh what a beast. Why do you charge me for what I feel? Is it wrong to enjoy a Chinese meal?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's edition of Succulent Chinese Podcast. My name, as always,
was that Todd or Pot?
Podcast. My name is Will Bozarth, and as always, my co-host is over there.
God damn it!
Good intro.
It's my first drink. Well, no, it's not my first drink because I drank with Satan. Never mind. The band.
You drank with Satan?
Yeah, fucking Russ kept buying me drinks. I drink more on Tuesday night than I have drank in like the last month.
His name is Brent Irwin, by the way. Let's hear it for Brent Irwin. I was hoping he'd say his name, but he is not the one who knocks.
That's the kids that are hidden behind Will's Jew walls.
They're not hidden.
You live
fucking
close
hiding in plain sight.
Actually, it's been a while, and you're of the desert persuasion.
Been a
What
while.
the fuck were they doing with those goddamn kid tunnels?
Everything that you could possibly imagine, and they weren't for kids; they were for the midget Jews, Midraelis. Yep.
Oh fuck! Midraelies. I like that.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, we skipped a week because Will was busy with his annual pilgrimage to
The greatest town in America.
Is it at the Kennedy Center? Is that where they have it?
It is at the Kennedy Center, which
the
has
Mark
been
Twain
a
Award at the Kennedy Center, which has made him miss. Have you missed the last 2 Saturdays of Hills Heroes that we went, or was it just the one? I know you missed the last one we went to when we stayed with Frankie and them because that was the night Sodom played and you had to leave.
Well, that was 2 years ago. No, was that was that last year?
Yeah.
Last year. Oh, okay.
Not last weekend when the last
right.
was
last
one of us could make, but last year, yeah.
I had to go. And then it wound up not happening. Well, it happened like, okay, so the Mark Twain Prize, I guess I should explain this whole fucking thing. I mean, you did a pretty decent job, but whatever. The Mark Twain
I said what it was. I didn't explain what it was. I said the name of it.
It's awarded to somebody in the realm of comedy every year as like an honor. George Carlin is in there, a bunch of other people that don't matter. And so this year it was for Conan O'Brien. Last year it was for Kevin Hart.
Infamously, people that don't matter.
Well, Kevin Hart definitely doesn't matter. Conan O'Brien, he matters.
Kevin Hart's funny.
Conan's lives matter. Well, I don't like his acting. And it also doesn't help that his acting partner is usually The Rock, who I can't fucking stand. And I've never been able to stand him ever since he was just a wrestler.
I loved him back in the day as a wrestler. I'm watching some wrestling now, not a lot. But him coming back and injecting himself into storylines is really grating a lot of people, myself included. And I was a Rock guy back in the day. So yeah, he's come back and inserted himself into the last 2 WrestleManias. because he sits on the board of the company and he has that kind of weight where he can just go in and say, Triple H, all those creative plans you've been working on, got to alter them a little bit, buddy. So yeah, because he fucking grew up. He grew up with Nick Khan, who's like the CEO of WWE, and then Ari Emanuel might even be his agent. If he's not his agent, he's his friend. And so they just kind of let Rock go in and do whatever the fuck he wants.
My timeline for the Mark Twain Prize, I just realized, is skewed. Last year was not Kevin Hart, that was Adam Sandler.
Yes.
And that's why I had to fly back, because there were a bunch of people that I needed to try to meet. I was only successful with some of them. But the year before that was Kevin Hart. And yeah, either way. Anyway, so it was awarded to Conan O'Brien this past weekend. And
I do find it a little ironic that the Mark Twain Prize was given to a black guy.
Yeah, I mean, somebody not named Jim.
Yeah.
There had to have been some. Jim Miraquai. Yeah.
And this year's Mark Twain Award goes to N-word Kevin.
And this year it was the whitest man available. So we didn't. Okay, so usually they announce who the guest celebrity guest speakers are that would be honoring / roasting the person that's awarded the Twain Prize.
I'm going to interrupt you for a second. Because this has been bugging me since the podcast started. This is how much New Jersey trash Will is. That is a signed Bob Odenkirk nobody poster. It's not in a frame. It's tacked on the fucking wall.
No, it's not. It is not tacked on the wall. This was a last second decision. I was like, fuck, I gotta put some. So, all right. The reason
you hung disposable Chinese restaurant chopsticks on the wall better than you did a signed Bob Odenkirk nobody poster, of which, if you've not seen that movie, it fucking rules.
All right, I have to explain myself. So
I have already explained it. New Jersey trash.
Well, yeah, that is most of the Venn diagram. So like, I have these little midget drumsticks that Mini-Me used. Fucking little mini. So these were up here behind my head
with green masking tape, if I remember correctly.
Painter's tape. The same painter's tape. Same painting
tape is painter's tape, buddy.
That's true. Whatever. I'm New Jersey. We speak differently. I don't. I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, you took all that green painter's tape and covered your fucking hat in
it. So it's the same green painter's tape that's holding the nobody poster. I did 2 loops onto itself, and right now it's just, at some point it might fall down, but since painter's tape doesn't hurt anything, I figured that was the best way to do it. Yeah.
Who thought it was a good idea to hang that poster that way? Fucking nobody.
Nobody. That's not a cheap poster either. That's
no, it wasn't. That's why I remarked on it.
All right, so
anyway, back to your Mark Twain story. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Hold on, I have to further explain my wall situation. So, like there's none of it. No little chopsticks. No fucking soy sauce anywhere. Because I realized that I had to use my webcam and microphone for an entertainment study for a pre-release movie screening that I got paid $30 for, which I can't say anything about whatever movie it was. Just it was, yeah. I can't talk about it. Signed an NDA. So I had to I was like, fuck, I gotta rip as much stuff that shit off to rip the green painter's tape off. I wanted it to be as uniform each week. with the last week, so I wanted to keep some kind of like theme going, but I had to tear all the Chinese shit off my wall. Asparagus stayed. Nobody asked me about him, but yeah, there were a lot of they thems in that study. I'll tell you what. If you ever have to join a Zoom room for some kind of like study or whatever, and you're in there, usually they mute your microphone during the study, and you have to unmute yourself to ask questions. But they keep the camera on, and you have to, like, everybody needs to have a camera on them. It's the rule. It's how you get paid. So it's fun because you can click through the little thumbnails like a fucking retarded carnival Brady Bunch. And there were a lot of people whose makeup doesn't match their name, if that's a phrase, and that was fun.
Are you telling me there's people in there wearing blackface?
Bitch face. They're wearing bitch face.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Jesus Christ. All right. So that explains the wall. Anyway, back to the Twain Prize. Usually they announce a whole list of, like I said, people that are going to honor them, but there's some big political issues going on with the Kennedy Center right now, because Trump fired the chairman and took over the thing and has his name chiseled up on the wall inside the Kennedy Center right now as like chairman of the Kennedy Center. Donald J.
So what you're
Trump.
telling me is everyone who left in the leadership roles there, and a lot of the people that may have otherwise gone there who are now boycotting, have went back into the left.
Yeah, back and to the left, back into the far left. And like Whoopi Goldberg was Jewish? No, Whoopi Goldberg got the Twain Prize a bunch of years ago at the Kennedy Center, and she was boycotting the fucking venue and everything. So I knew she wouldn't be there for Conan. But I think the reason why they didn't release a list is so that would decrease the potential number of like angry Redditor, Instagram, Blue Sky people that would yell at whoever would be listed as a guest. That's my guess.
I think the British call them a bundle of sticks.
Yeah. Yes. And only a nice canister of gasoline and a Bic. Yeah, that was chug time for both of us. What are you drinking?
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
I just finished off the bottle of Zacapa rum that I have. I'm not a rum guy, but it drinks like a very smooth whiskey. It is very good. I didn't have much left. I don't have a lot of booze left. Mango cart. I don't have a lot of booze left in the house because I'm actually trying to maybe not stop drinking completely, but mostly stop.
Yeah.
So I've got about a half a bottle of Traveler bourbon, and forget what else I've got over there. I've got an unopened bottle of Jim Beam Winter Reserve, which is like this vanilla cinnamon thing. It was like $12 a bottle, and it's so fucking good for $12 a bottle. And then I don't know. I might have a part of a bottle of scotch over there or something. But other than that, I don't have anything else really left in the house, and I'm going to try to keep it that way. So I figured it's early enough in the day. I'll have a little bit. Probably won't impact my sleep too much. So here we are.
Yep, there we is. So the downside to not knowing who would be honoring Conan, usually I'd be able to figure out, okay, Will Ferrell's listed, so I'm going to go through my entire catalog of everything that I have signed, movie posters, whatever, anything that I could possibly add him to, put it in my fucking bag, so I have everything I need for everybody.
As an aside, because I keep track of all of my signed albums and so on and so forth through Discogs, I've got the release in there, exactly which edition it is, and then in the additional notes, I've got still in shrink, or with hype sticker, or signed by such and such, or number blah 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 to blah blah blah. Do you use like an Excel spreadsheet for all of your autographs and such, or do you just have them kind of committed to memory?
They're mostly in memory. Memory lives in autographs. Nevermore will I sign. And I swear to the end of my collection, I won't forget one autograph. Roll out the poster, roll out the marker. Forget what's your name.
You quite done there, Warl? Warl lame? So you got a mostly committed to memory.
Yeah, mostly. So I've tried over the years to keep an accurate spreadsheet. It's tough. It is tough.
You have an accurate fucking accounting for every show you've ever gone to, as well as what the set list was.
Well, I can't sell what shows I've been to. So like I tend to forget to erase things that I get rid of or trade or whatever. So
okay.
And
as soon as I get a record, it goes on Discogs, and as soon as I trade or sell one, it goes off on Discogs.
Yeah, and it's not just that; it's that the amount of autographs and photos that I get, like if I forget in like one New York trip to update it, it's fucked. Like because shit gets organized in different binders and shit. It's no longer in one central location for me to add everything. Like it's just off it goes to where it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I wasn't able to go through the IMDb's of everybody this time. So I had to do some sleuthing, like figure out what famous people went to Conan's Christmas parties, who is he had with his various projects over the years. Yep. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And
so you had to kind of guess based on who Conan's friends were, as so was potentially going to be there.
So I made a list of like 32 good possibilities, and with those 32 people, I figured out who worked together, who from there were in like a couple people that I guessed for that would also have been in Arrested Development. I have an Arrested Development license plate signed by David Cross and Maria Bamford, so I'd want to bring that along. So it's a whole lot of cross-referencing for people, and I'd still add names to it just in case. I got like half of them right in the end, but there were some that I didn't expect Bill Burr to fucking show up, but he did. But so this is an all-day affair. So so in the morning into the early afternoon, they do rehearsals for the evening show, which starts at 8 p.m.
Now, why do they do rehearsals? Is it televised? Is it live stream on YouTube?
Yeah. Okay. It was usually televised for the past, I think, year or two. It's been on Netflix. Like it's a big thing. Like it's not just an awards show, it's a performance. They have bands play, and yeah, it's a whole coordinated media thing, and there's different skits going on at various times. Like apparently Sean Evans from Hot Ones was feeding hot wings to Stephen Colbert throughout the fucking thing. Like he was doing the Hot Ones episode during the Kennedy Center.
So when you say it's on Netflix, is it live or is it something that's recorded and put on later?
Recorded and put on later. Usually like maybe a month or something like that. So I figured out a decent list of things to bring. Catherine brought a decent list of things to bring, and since it's an all-day thing and they have rehearsals, you never know how many hobby autographers versus autograph dealers are going to show up to this red carpet. Even though the dealers usually go to the hotel, we do see a couple regular ones on the red carpet. And a lot of people don't go to it. I'm kind of realizing I shouldn't be talking about it this openly, but only 3 people are going to listen to this, and all 3 of them know about listeners. It. And every single one of them knows that I go to the fucking Twain Press. So in order to secure a good spot, hello, Catherine's home from work, but in order to secure a good spot, we try to get there between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And the rehearsals, celebrities don't tend to show up for the rehearsals until like 10 a.m. So it's just a matter of like, you bring a cooler that you filled the night before with sandwiches and snacks and drinks and whatever. You fucking bring the cooler with you and like folding chairs. So like you're sitting there at the fucking red carpet security barricade.
Tailgating the fucking Twain Awards.
Yeah. And it's a fucking day. I'll tell you what. This most recent one. Oh my god!
You told me you had to get up at like 3:30 or something, didn't you?
Yeah, I got up at 3:30. We left at around 4:30. It's like two and a half hours from my house to DC. So in order to get there by 7, you do the math there. So usually it's like 3 hours waiting, fucking around on our phone, trying to take a nap, trying to stay warm. Thankfully, it wasn't that cold this time. And we get excited because there's cars pulling up to the red carpet all day, but it's like catering or just fucking people that work there. And like Kennedy Center is a huge place that has different opera houses and shit. So like classical fucking dramas and stuff with operatic singing is going on at the same exact time you're waiting out there. People like Asian people walk in like, well, what are you waiting here for? And then you gotta be like Twain Prize, like Twain Prize, and yeah, so that's usually your Sunday. And it's pretty good. I enjoyed that segment. If anybody can animate, please animate that. And yeah, so there was a lot of that, but like 10 o'clock rolled around, 11 o'clock, and like we see the like tinted fancy like SUVs, like the big shiny black fucking like SUV limos. We see them pulling up, but they're pulling around the building. Like they're taking everybody in the back entrance, which sucks because that means you're not gonna fucking see anybody. And every time like we can see down the Kennedy Center's driveway, so like we know when another SUV is coming. So we're like, all right, me and the 23 other fucking people that are there, we're all like, all right, you don't know who's going to be in these cars. So if a car pulls up, like you got to know what's in your bag. You got to have enough time to look up and rifle through shit. It's fun. It's a lot of fun for me, at least. Like it might sound like a gigantic pain in the ass to a normal person, but like there's a big adrenaline high that goes on during that shit. You have a look of confusion on your face.
Well, no, you were talking about them getting shuttled around to the back entrance. Can you guys stake out back there, or are you only allowed at the red carpet?
Only allowed at the red carpet. I mean, we could probably walk around, but when we were standing at the carpet, I went on Google Maps just to see where that goes around, and there's a garage back there.
Ah, okay. So they're pulling in. You'd have to
like
Jack
they're inside.
Ruby to get back there. All right.
Yeah. Or somebody, whatever. I won't go there. Ain't gonna go there. Oh, well, the place is next door to the
that was
Nixon,
a fan-fucking-tastic.
Watergate.
That was a fan-fucking-tastic Jack Ruby joke, and I'm madder than fuck. Jack Ruby killed Oswald in the rear basement of the Dallas Police Department. That was a great fucking joke. Fuck everybody.
I mean, you can only hear me.
Oh, she's laughing.
She can't hear you. She's in the bathroom looking at Facebook reels. Are you okay? Something about Jason Bateman. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Anyway, so ruined your joke. Everybody's happy. All right, so all of the SUVs. Stop! Don't message me while I'm doing a thing. Fuck it, we'll do it live. She is actively sending me reels.
Turn your phone over. Ignore her.
No, because like I'm getting notifications on my.
Just yell at her that women should be seen, not heard.
Well, I keep telling her that women should be seen and not heard. Except the women on like my giant fat fuck 800,000 pound life, like they should be heard. HERD.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take a well done steak. I mean, I prefer it medium, but if a herd is well done, I'll eat it.
What kind of fucking... God damn it. This is the second time this episode you've proven that you're just straight up gutter trash.
Yeah. I really want to go on Are You Garbage? I'd have so much fun with those guys. Plus, they're Philly dudes.
Say it with me now. Medium rare.
Medium.
Oh, my God. Well, guys, we made it 6 episodes.
I'm so sorry, sir. Whatever could I do?
Calm down, Kevin Hart. Anyways.
Yeah. So all the fucking, like, all morning, all afternoon, we didn't see anybody. And usually by like 3 or 4, they'd be done rehearsals. And like you'd have a second shot of getting the people leaving the Kennedy Center.
And I would imagine it's probably a better shot because they're not in a hurry to get inside for the rehearsal this time. So they got a little more time to maybe stop and talk, sign some stuff.
Usually they have we have 3 chances to meet everybody. And unless somebody's being a total prick, like, you're going to get them. So yeah, we didn't see anybody until 7 p.m. 12 hours into the thing. The show's going to start in 1 hour. We finally saw the first person. And like normally I wouldn't get excited about seeing this person, but after 12 hours standing outside in Washington D.C., like everybody was like, "Oh, cool, it's Nikki Glaser."
Honestly, at this point, it could have been Werner von Braun, and you would have been excited.
Yes, please help any way possible. Yeah, there that goes. So yeah, we saw Nikki Glaser, the first one that pulled up.
I don't hate Nikki Glaser. I think she's funny. Do I think she's hilarious? No, but I think she's funny. I think she's a perfectly competent comedian.
Not funny enough to. Did she host the Golden Globes? What the fuck? Like, she's famous now.
She did something like that.
It's weird. Like why her and not like, I don't know,
because she's inoffensive.
Yeah.
That's why. You're not gonna get a fucking Joey Diaz. Look here, give it up for Conan, cocksuckers.
I'd really like to see Ricky Gervais give it another go.
He's the greatest fucking award show host of all time.
Unless you watch the ESPY Awards on ESPN with Norm Macdonald hosting. Other than that time, yeah. But so Nikki Glaser showed up.
Hillary Clinton killed a guy. I thought it was a matter of public record. It's the greatest fucking 10 minutes of The View ever.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's the only watchable 10 minutes of The View ever, but by default, it's the greatest.
I can't remember the order of the next 3, so I'll just put this guy up. Bill Burr. I still think he's funny, but I'm conflicted on.
He's such a cunt.
Yeah, I'm conflicted on liking the guy, but
I saw him. I think
his cartoon.
I think Dave Johnson and I went to go see him maybe 2 years ago. It was as COVID was winding down and such. And I had fun. It was funny, but
Yeah.
his comedy didn't have the dangerousness that it used to have. Like,
No.
he wasn't full-blown woke with his comedy, but he was starting to kind of explore that direction. And it's just like, dude, you're one of the funniest human beings alive. Don't get into this shit. You can say whatever you want to say. Yeah, you might not get any pussy from your fucking stupid bitch wife, but, you know, hey, do it anyways. It's the right thing to do.
And
you should have worn a fucking Anthony Cumia show t-shirt that day and unzipped it right as he was fucking walking away from the picture.
I did say hi to Club Soda Kenny.
Have you met him before?
Yeah, he won't remember me, but
Okay.
I started going to see the Opie and Anthony show, and at the time, so Bill Burr's bodyguard that goes with him everywhere. You will always see him. Club Soda Kenny. I don't remember his real name, but he's a former New York detective, really tall, badass kind of guy who, like, he looks really doofy, but at the same time,
But he
he's
ain't
not
the one to fuck with.
No, not at all. Like, there's a reason why people that piss other people off for a living choose this guy as their bodyguard. And if they have him, there's usually a good reason why. Like, he used to be Andrew Dice Clay's bodyguard back in like early to mid 90s or something. And then he became Opie's bodyguard, which, like, looking back at it,
I thought he worked for the show. I didn't realize he worked for Opie.
He was Opie's bodyguard.
That's hilarious. Why did Opie need a bodyguard? No one wanted to hurt Opie. Everybody felt sorry for Opie.
And even Stern fans, maybe, I don't know. Like, when they did their FM show, they would start broadcasting
now,
on
is that
XM
where you would
radio.
go see them? Or did you go to, like, Sirius XM and see them there?
Yeah. Well, they had their own studio.
Okay, so it was like the bleacher type setup at Compound where you could go and sit in on the show and such. I imagine you were behind glass or something, so you couldn't add in commentary and such, but you could at least watch it and hear it.
And the bleachers, they were fucking uncomfortable because if you were there all day like I was, like, it's just metal, like, new, like,
it's your fucking high school baseball field bleachers. Yeah.
So I went up there at least a dozen times. Watch Opie and Anthony in the morning, Ron and Fez noon to 3, and then catch a comedy show, like at the Cellar or the Village Underground, and take the train home. Last train out at 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, those are good times. Like, one time, I went to O&A. Louis C.K. was a guest. And then Ron and Fez was not broadcasting that day because Ron was interviewing Louis that afternoon. Hold on. Somebody brought a present to me.
Thank you. For the YouTube censors, that is a cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ron was doing Unmasked with Louis at like 3 p.m. And then I had tickets that night in New Brunswick, New Jersey to see Louis perform it at a sold out theater. So it was a day full of Louis, and like you get to meet the comedians that are on there. Yeah. Would have made sense.
Hey, we're going to the same place. Give us some gas money, catch a ride.
God. Yeah, you can listen to the Louis Unmasked on YouTube. I think he only did one. This was back in 06, 07. Lucky Louie had like just been canceled, and unless I don't think I ever listened to it to see if I could hear me ask a question, but I asked Louie if there was a chance of him bringing Lucky Louie back, and if they didn't edit any of the questions out, you'll hear me asking that in there. And he said no. As the history books show, Lucky Louie never came back, but the far superior Louie Did. All right, and back to this.
So to kind of bring it back around then, so Club Soda Kenny, it was Opie's
Oh yeah,
bodyguard. He's now Bill
yeah,
Burr's bodyguard.
yeah.
He got brought up because Anthony of Opie and Anthony had a massive falling out with Bill Burr. I don't think anything was actually overtly said like, hey, fuck you, dude. It's just like, hey, we're not going to fucking associate with each other anymore. Anthony didn't like it. Anthony didn't really understand. Well, he understood it because Opie and Anthony fans were shitbags, the funny kind.
Yes, we were.
But it was just like, all right, fine, whatever. Well, Anthony being Anthony, he sees Bill at the cellar one night and wanted to walk up to him and shake his hand and say, hey, let's try to bury the hatchet. And he got right up there, said something to him, and Burr, I don't even recall if Burr said anything back, but within like 2 seconds, Club Soda Kenny was there telling Anthony he had to go. And they literally kicked him out of the club because Anthony was somewhere in the club he was allowed to be to try to speak to Bill Burr, not hit, not threaten, not intimidate, in no way, shape, or form. Went, hat in hand, hey, Bill, how's it going? Bill Burr, being the massive pussy that he is, not the pseudo-tough guy that he pretends to be on stage, had Anthony removed. And so that was why I quipped that Will should have had on his Anthony Cumia t-shirt. Because fuck Bill Burr. He's funny, but he's a fucking bundle of sticks.
It sucks because I started listening to O&A in like 05, 06, and I've been an Anthony fan, and like they'd have some of the best comedians in all day, like 4 or 5 hours, just the bullshit. Patrice O'Neill, Otto and George, Greg Giraldo, Jim Norton was the third mic on the show every episode, and they'd have Bill Burr in with Patrice because they were good friends. Dude, Patrice, I don't know how Patrice would act around Bill. Like if Patrice was still alive.
I'm glad, honestly, part of me is glad Patrice is dead because his legend only got bigger when he died. And like, Ant and Patrice were maybe not best friends, but they were pretty close. They got along very well.
Yeah.
They got into knock them down, drag them out, but it was funny. Like they didn't walk away from it hating each other. They walked away from it laughing their asses off because they just had great radio. And when Patrice died, Bill and some others would get together and do this Patrice benefit every year. And Anthony has always been persona non grata. He's not allowed there. And it's just like, I mean, if you watch Anthony now, he built his studio in his South Carolina house after they closed down the compound operation in New York. And if you watch the first or second episode when he started broadcasting from his studio down in South Carolina, he's doing a tour of all the accoutrements and stuff that he's got on his walls and on the shelf and so on and so forth. And one of them is Patrice's hat that was given to him by Patrice's girlfriend after Patrice died. This is how close they were. And Patrice had a few hats like that, I'm sure. It's not like Indiana Jones's one hat, but Patrice was known for wearing the fedora.
It's Basketball Jones. Yeah. Basketball Jones.
But so that irritates the fuck out of me that Bill has veto power in regards to Anthony not being allowed there. And that's why I've got no respect for Bill. I think he's a funny comedian, but I have no respect for him as a human being. Fuck him.
Yeah.
And
so moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. Big surprise for me, Reggie Watts. Are you familiar with him?
No, I've heard the name, but I could not tell you who or what he is.
Super weird stand-up comic, looper, musician, really, really crazy shit. He was the...
Is it good or is it just unique so you respect him in that regard?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Because like Wesley Willis wasn't good,
not like that. Not like that.
But he was unique and entertaining.
Yeah, Reggie Watts is very, very talented. Very talented guy. Never would have expected him to show up as one of the presenters that night. And I had no idea what to like. Somebody as like weird as this dude is, you don't know how they're gonna be. But he was fucking super nice, sweet to everybody that wanted a picture or an autograph. And like nobody had shit for anybody to sign unless they were me.
that just like a generic autograph book that if you don't have something for someone, but
Yeah.
you see someone, you're like, oh fuck, it's better than a cocktail napkin.
Yeah. Jay Leno drew his face in it a couple years ago, but a lot of the
Now,
pages are falling out.
is that pre or post accident face?
Yeah, I mean, he might have been a soothsayer because it looked like his present face, but drawn back when he had a normal one. Then we saw the man of the hour, Mr. Conan O'Brien. I swear he was looking at it when I took the picture, but apparently he wasn't. But that's fine. The there was a video.
He's signing your Duff beer glass there.
Yes, he is.
That is previously signed by Kelsey Grammer.
Yes, indeed. Here's son of a bitch.
Which
I can't.
Thanks to you, I have a cool Sideshow Bob photo that's signed by Kelsey Grammer that says "Die Brent Die" on it, which is "Die Bart Die." No, it doesn't mean "Die Bart Die." It's German. The Bart the. One of the greatest fucking episodes of The Simpsons ever. But Kelsey Grammer signed it "Die Brent Die," which is fucking phenomenal. And then before you sent it to me, you told me you were potentially going to meet Conan. If you would like me to or if I would like you to have him sign it as well, because Conan was a writer on The Simpsons.
And I'm very, very bad at mailing shit to people.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I keep everything in
that guitar. I've been waiting on it for years.
Gotta wait for me to die for that one.
That bitch knows it's mine when you die, right? I'll end her. So yeah, I keep looking over to the side because I'm looking at it on the wall up there. Conan wrote on that episode and was a writer during a couple of the glory years of The Simpsons. So he had Conan sign it as well.
Yep.
I think Conan got a raw deal with the Tonight Show. Fuck Jay Leno for that.
Like, I was really so Letterman was there. At no point did I ever see Letterman with my eyeballs. Sandler was there, didn't see him with my eyeballs. Andy Richter didn't see him
because he went to the bed.
They all did, dude. Other than these people that I just showed you pictures of, Kumail Nanjiani, bless you, Kumail Nanjiani.
You'll fucking clean it up.
Nanji Naga not gonna work here anymore anyway.
Oh, I see. He too had a meeting with the Bobs.
Najad. Why is that so difficult? Najad.
They go just meet the federal fuck me in the ass prison.
Federal fuck me in the ass prison. I gotta watch Office Space again. Oh, I love that movie.
Right. I live Office Space on a daily basis.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, that's I left at 8:00 because that's when the show started. Got home, fell asleep. I had Monday off because I was planning on going to a book signing for Kristen Ritter, who, if any nerd people that know comic book things, she's what the fuck is she now?
She's in the goddamn Marvel show that was on Netflix.
Jane.
No.
Jessica.
Jessica. Fuck.
Jess Lang. Jess.
No.
Jessica Rabbit.
No.
Jones. Basketball Jones.
No.
Isn't it Jessica Jones?
I don't think so.
I think it's Jessica Jones.
It is Jessica Jones. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't seen that show in a while. Although I will say that show was a lot of fun. It was really quite good because I do like the Netflix Marvel adaptations that they were doing, like Punisher and Daredevil and Luke Cage and all that stuff. It all kind of melded in together, and that was a good show. I enjoyed it, and she was good in it.
So other than Jessica Rabbit, she is mostly known as being Jane, Jesse Pinkett. That was a good joint.
I was going to say, don't smoke pot, kids.
It just makes the podcast better.
Podcast.
Podcast, yes. That's got to be a name, right? Like Doug Benson probably has it because he's the Prince of Weed or whatever. Anyway, nobody. So Kristen Ritter was doing a book signing. She was also Jesse Pinkman's, said it, druggy girlfriend that choked on her own vomit, Jane. And something that Barnes and Noble doesn't usually do when they have
And
celebrities
Breaking
doing
Bad, for those of you who do not know who Jesse Pinkman is.
Well, at that point, if they don't know who the fuck Jesse Pinkman is, they need to bury their head in a glass jar of thumbtacks and lemon juice because it'll make the thumbtack holes hurt a lot.
Go on.
So anyway, you can pre-order the book for $35. That guarantees you a spot to meet her, and with that $35, it says she will be taking posed photos, and for every book purchased, she will sign up to 2 additional pieces of memorabilia that you bring from home. And that's crazy because, like, 15 years ago, going to the book signings, people would sign fucking whatever you bring. It was easy. Everybody was taking pictures. But now, like, it's
well,
become...
It depends on who it was, because fucking 15 years ago is when, well, a little more than 15 years ago even, is when I met both Hogan and Arnold, and there was no personal items brought, and there were no photos.
That's kind of different. Like, you can't even really...
But to your point, we went to a Jesse Ventura book signing, and he did sign some personal things.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah. Okay. And he took photos because I have a photo with him. So all right, never mind.
Which book signing did you see, Jesse? What was it? The Cannabis Manifesto or whatever the fuck?
No, I forget which one it was. I think it was Democrips and Republicans. I think it was that. It was one of the political books, but I think it was that one.
I think we covered this on the previous episode.
Yeah, I believe we did when we were talking about my Jesse figurine and the signed records that I saw at that record show.
So anyway, here is Jane from Breaking Bad, still looking like Jane from Breaking Bad. And you'll see down on the table to her left is a barrel, which I've had many people sign. Got Danny Trejo, Hank, got the Salamanca twins. The lid has Mike Ehrmantraut and fucking Odenkirk. A lot of people on there. So I knew that I needed to add her to it.
Do you have Cranston on it, or do I seem to remember you saying that he would not sign?
Yeah, by the time I got to Cranston, it was like a year after he said he was done signing memorabilia. So what his policy has been since then, like if you got a picture with him and you printed it out, he'll sign that. If you bring him a copy of his book or the playbill from a play that he's in, he'll sign those. Like personal things, he'll sign.
I wonder if you could convince him to sign that, A, by personalizing it to you, like some others on there have done, and B, just by showing, hey, this is one of my most prized possessions. This will get buried with me. I need you on it to get it more complete.
That's the problem, because people ask for personalizations on things, and you can remove any kind of marker from almost any kind of surface. So like you could bring a glossy photo to somebody and say, oh no, it's for me, can you sign it to so and so? Then you can go home with a little bit of either rubbing alcohol or a dry erase marker.
Well, you've done that on some things that you found at like thrift stores and stuff. Like I remember that it was either glasses or a picture or both from Bret Hart that were signed to someone that you removed the personalization from.
Yeah. Yep. It didn't work on the paper. It was kind of smudgy. Well, not kind of smudged. I wound up selling it for like $12, but it worked fucking perfectly on the Bret Hart glasses.
I was saying the glasses are the fucking one you want out of the pair, anyways.
Yeah. That
Bret Hart photos are a dime a dozen.
For a Bret Hart fan, they're obviously not the sunglasses that he used to take off and put on kids' faces, but it's like replica of his sunglasses signed by the guy. Come on,
well, I'm pretty sure that WWF sold those through their shop for years.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
they probably are the same ones that he took off and gave to kids. It's just ones that they were having mass produced to sell.
Yeah. Oh, that's sick.
Because all
So
sorts
so
of kids
anyway,
used to show up with them on. So
so I had her add the first red signature to the barrel. Everybody else is obviously silver.
now, why? Is that all she had, or did you want to start
No, I wanted to
doing another one?
start. So there's 2 spots on the front that I'd like to save for Aaron Paul and fucking Cranston. Now Cranston is back to signing memorabilia. He's doing a private signing. But the oh shit. I think I just did I just hang up on you?
No, you kicked me
Where'd
off
you
the
go?
stage. It's fine.
I hit the wrong fucking button.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So he's
Cool.
back to signing memorabilia through a
Yeah,
private signing.
and it's so expensive. Like, like I'd like to buy it, but at a point I'm like, that's $300. Like,
Dude,
I
come
need to
on.
spend on something.
No. If it were 5, I'd probably agree with you. 3, you've got way more than $300 into that barrel. And
Yeah,
it's the main fucking person on the show, dude. It's not a bit guy. It's not Alec Guinness, who's 90 years old, who did a
yeah,
cameo on it, and it's $300 to get him on there. Okay, he didn't contribute much to the show. He was a 5-minute cameo. You know, just name a person. Who cares? But it's Cranston, dude, and he's already said once he's not doing memorabilia anymore, and now
yeah.
he's doing this. This is your opportunity to do it.
And I do have pictures and shit with them, so it's the last thing I need.
You gotta do it, man. Take off your yarmulke for a minute and spend the fucking money.
It's a frog hat. Frog Hattenstein. Hava Nagila Fraga.
Does Aaron Paul sign memorabilia?
He does.
Okay.
So when I met both of them at their not Porosos, that's the other 2 douchebags. When I met them at their tequila signing.
Fuck, what is it? It's Dos Hombres. Is that it?
Yeah. That's the one. I had the lid
Porosos
for
is the tequila from Kreischer and
Bert and Tom. Yeah. So I had the lid and I pulled it out. They had said before no memorabilia. I was like, I gotta fucking try it. You have both of them in front of you at the same time. The worst that'll happen is no, sorry, we can't. And that's what I got. I'm like, fuck. But at least I tried. I tried. But if you catch Aaron anywhere else, he'll sign. Like he's a nice dude. So hopefully that happens at some point.
Dude,
and
rip the fucking Band-Aid off and do the fucking Cranston thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Sell shit. Sell other autographs that you have that mean nothing to you in the grand scheme of things compared to this fucking barrel. This barrel and your Shining poster. I'm sorry. Is it Shining poster? No, it's One Flew the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
That barrel and that Cuckoo's Nest poster, in regards to things that you have a shit ton of people to have signed, mean more to you than anything else that you have that's signed. Fucking do it.
You're making a good argument. Very good.
It would be like, all right, let me put it to you this way. I waited forever to get the Jeremy Bulloch Flying Solo book. Jeremy Bulloch being the guy that played Boba Fett. He had 1,000 copies of this book made. They're a nice library case, pull out with the outer library case, hardcover, green, gold embossing, really nice book. It was like fucking $100 on his website, $75, whatever it was, and he would sign it. That's funny. You wore the Green Carnation hoodie meeting them and Christian Ritter. I just realized that. That's awesome.
And Christian Ritter said I look like fucking Badger. Son of a bitch.
Right. But
I didn't purposely dress up like fucking Badger. Sign the back of the barrel, bitch.
So I wait forever to buy this thing because I'm just like, I'll get it later. Well, he fucking died.
Yep.
The one copy I was ever able to find that was not personalized to someone already cost me $500.
Yeah, because he was really good with personalizing them.
Yep. He always liked personalizing stuff because he felt a personal connection with his fans. Send the fucking barrel in. He is the one who signs.
Now he does.
Do it.
Douchebag.
Do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't maybe me. I need a commitment to the audience right now that you're going to do it. And I don't like this fucking being switched around shit. There. That's what I want to be.
How do you
Oh, fuck you, goddammit. I'm putting it back the way it was. I'll remove you from this motherfucker.
Shit. Oh man, it's not doing it. I was trying to replace you with Adam Ray. So just be fucking.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, you got to do it. Come on now.
Yeah. You say.
That's
what you say.
Yeah, dude, you got to do it. So that's all. Well, no, obviously, because the barrel was after the Mark Twain thing. So, all right, yeah. So I know you went and saw Adam Ray.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, I saw Adam before. I think the day before the Twain Prize. He was great.
I've not seen his just solo stand-up. I've seen Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, fuck, that show's great. So
everything he does is good.
When I told you that Gatto was one of the guests there, you didn't tell me he wasn't on Jokers anymore.
Oh, it's been years.
I didn't realize that. I never really watched Jokers. I just listened to Sal on Legion of Skanks all the time.
It's one of my favorite shows.
But yeah, apparently something with some fucking girl or something or another that's causing him to get a divorce, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, he left the show a couple years ago.
To try to do stand-up, right?
No. Like that. Well, that stand-up came before this.
Okay.
But he left the show because he was getting a divorce from his wife, and he wanted to dedicate more time with his kids and stuff. And then it was weird because like 4 months later or something like that, he announced like a full US tour where it's like, dude, you just left the fucking Impractical Jokers show to be with your family, and you don't like, you're leaving your family again. It's like, if you're going to decrease your workload, don't replace it with something else. And how apparently like there's like grooming things or like 16-year-old fans and all this crazy shit that like he's been cheating on his wife for a while, even after they got back together. Yeah, I think they got back together in 2023, and like these allegations were like that year and like more recently. And I think today or yesterday I saw a thing that apparently Murr was bringing like 15, 16-year-old girls to Impractical Jokers parties, drinking, and like this potentially implicates the entire group of guys. Oh, it's fucked up.
It's a prank, man. It's a prank.
Yeah, oh my god. So that's what's going on with the Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, I've seen an episode here and there, and it's funny. I don't have TV, so I've never really had the opportunity to watch it. I've not had cable in years.
Right. I mean, there's no reason to.
Yeah. So what else? What else have you done since we last recorded? Anything, or is that everything, or what?
Well, let me hit this button.
What celebrities dances all that show? There's only one way to know. Will Bozart will tell you. So shut up and listen.
Fucking nobody. Nobody. Ain't been shit happening there's like a lot of Indian politicians dying and fucking people in that probably that earthquake over in Taiwan, Japan,
dude, that
whatever
shit was fucking brutal.
Crazy. Yeah,
Just
they're not going to find
building.
everybody for
You
a
were
long
there
time.
a minute ago. You're not there now. Bye bye.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking Dick Cheney.
Yeah, and like there are a couple like newscasters or whatever, but like that's not something like unless somebody specifically mentions these low tier nobodies on the death pool that I run, I don't have to pay attention to them. Like I don't care about Imbish Iptar, the leader of fucking the 28th province in Ruka Pradesh, whatever. I don't give a fuck about these people. So
Will
I'm
is not and has never been a friend of the Tards.
And so I'm not gonna give them any airtime on here. This is precious airtime, and these people don't fucking matter. So unless Clint Eastwood or Joe Pesci or fucking Steve from Blue's Clues dies, I ain't saying shit. So no celebrities died since our last show.
Next week, all three of them are gonna die. You fucker.
You heard it here first.
It's gonna be a murder, suicide. I'll let you plug it in as to how it's gonna fucking fall apart.
That'll be amazing. So I guess I'll hit this next one.
Brent likes records, he buys them all the time. He posts all the good ones. His Instagram you should find at Hell Brent for Leather.
Can I say that it bugs me to no end that the Grim Reaper douchebag over here has the fucking great metal song, and I have the goddamn polka bullshit. I'm gonna pull a Ric Flair on you right now.
You're gonna have a heart attack.
My record collection is worth more than your house.
Probably, yeah.
It might be.
But it's the perfect mix. We can't all have badass metal songs, and I already had one.
We can't all have badass songs. I can. I can.
Well, then you make one. The fuck,
oh, I want to do
Brent.
work.
Like you can't say that song doesn't fucking jam though.
Yeah, fucking strawberry jam.
And that sounds delicious. What do you have against
high.
strawberry jam? And your point.
Well, I did get a couple of new records this week. Nothing super badass, but I did. I got to cut down from buying records for a while though, because I had to drop about $1,200 on Thursday for my Prog Power / Netherlands tickets that I could not afford. That work decided they're not going to help me pay for, despite the fact that I'm going to be doing work while I'm over there as well. Yeah, they told me use the company card when you're doing work-related stuff. If you need to get a room and so on and so forth in the town you're going to be in, instead of taking
it's not
the train
specific,
back or whatever.
Like you're not going. If you were going there specifically for work.
Oh no! If I were going specifically for work, they'd pay for everything. But I'm not.
Yeah.
I was going there anyways. I was trying to parlay it a little bit into a fucking work trip, and then
let me rewind this episode for a second. Yeah. I don't. Was the whole?
I don't have a yarmulke, but sometimes I'm yarmulke adjacent.
Yarmulke, please.
Yamika Sanders?
Was the milk card topic in this podcast, or was that before we recorded?
No. It was before.
So before we started, oh, you're right. Catherine was on the phone asking if I knew the location.
No. Well, you're not going to shame me on this, all right? Milk card, you motherfucker. All right? Fucking goddamn what? What's a fucking gallon of milk? $5 fucking dollars? All right? Yeah. What? Dude, this is a oil change punch card because my oil changes are about $70.
Yeah.
Because I do full synthetic and all of that. This makes sense. A fucking buy 5, get 1 free milk card?
Hell yeah.
Fucking hell, where is it good? All Safeway locations in Tel Aviv?
Heritages here in South Jersey. It's a chain.
L'chaim. I bet it is.
It's a chain gang.
The chains of your
I'm
Arab
going
oppressors.
I'm going out the side of the road milking a chain gang.
The chains of your Arab oppressors. So anyway, long story short, I can't really buy any more records for a while. So the two that I got, one was very cheap because they didn't have any at the merch stand when I saw them a few weeks ago. So I grabbed it on Discogs. I think I paid $27, and that was including shipping from Germany. Trollfest Flamingo Overlord. I was not super familiar with Trollfest. I was not super familiar with Trollfest. I have seen them before, but it's been many years, and they were a support band on a tour. One of the fucking Pagan Fest tours back in the early 2010s or something, if I remember correctly, with like fucking Elevite and so on and so forth. But I don't remember them being super remarkable, but they were my favorite band of the night, and I went for Insephirum. Insephirum was actually kind of boring after Trollfest was on stage. I was just like, that was fucking awesome. And my buddy Chris was like, yeah, dude, that's their newest album. Their backdrop was that big ass fucking flamingo cover. And I was like, they came out in fucking flamingo costumes and were drunk off their asses. It was fucking hilarious.
I think the first time I heard of Trollfest, it wasn't from the Pagan Fest tours or whatever. It might have been something later. I can't really remember. But the first time I heard about them, Mike was talking about seeing them play 2 sets on 70,000 Tons of Metal. I was like, what the fuck, Trollfest? Anyway, so he was talking about them.
But with great song titles such as The Flamingorilla and Overlords Have Feelings.
Paragoose.
Overlords Have Feelings. So yeah, I grabbed that. And then something I've been on the hunt for a little while, which would now
for a little while,
if you don't count like singles and stuff, because I'll never be complete on all of those because there's so fucking many. But in terms of studio, live, and EPs, because I don't consider a single to be an EP. EPs, full-length studio albums, and live albums, I'm now 100% complete on Judas Priest, with the exception of the Battle Cry live album, which
here's one thing I bet you didn't realize about their EPs. They phone home.
Wow. I don't have Battle Cry. I'll get it eventually. It's on the Redeemer of Souls tour. And yeah, I don't have it. I'll get it eventually. It's just not something I'm in a super large hurry to get because it wasn't super limited. There's a bunch of them out there. But this is 5 Souls, which was sorry for the glare, everybody. This was a record store day only. Record store day only release. Limited edition 5-song EP on red vinyl. It's a 10-inch. It is not a 7-inch. It is not a 12-inch. It is a 10-inch. It's one of like 3 10-inches I have in my collection. Includes the bonus tracks from Redeemer of Souls. Includes the bonus tracks from Redeemer of Souls, available for the first time on vinyl. Most CD releases of Redeemer of Souls was 2 discs. This is disc 2. The vinyl release did not have 2. Well, it may have had 2 records, but it didn't include these songs. It could have been the album was long enough to warrant having two LPs with it. But so the only place that you can get those songs on vinyl. No, they did not. Right. So yeah, this came out on vinyl later that year, 2 years later, 3 years later, whatever it was. But I want to say that there are. It doesn't say on here. I'm sure it says it somewhere, but I do believe there are only 500 or 1,000 copies of this in existence. I believe. Nice. And cool. I got a really good deal on it. Usually it goes for about $100. Somebody put it up on eBay for $50. I watched it and they sent me an offer if I wanted it for $45 plus like $7 shipping or something or another. They shipped it in a padded envelope in between 2 pieces of cardboard. Thankfully, it did not show up damaged. I'm very thankful for that. And the cool thing about it is part of the reason why it was so shiny, it's still in the shrink with the hype sticker, which I am a
Nice.
nerd for that. So that was awesome. That was one of the better buys I've made in a while. Now, Redeemer of Souls, probably in my top 3 least favorite Judas Priest albums. It's got a few really good songs on it, but the album itself is kind of meh, whatever. If I recall correctly, I like the songs on here more than I do the actual album itself. So was happier in hell to grab that. But yeah, I've been just kind of working a lot, not doing a whole lot, but I did make a quick trip out to Chicago on Tuesday morning.
Oh yeah, you did.
Jordan jumped in the car with me because we've not taken a road trip in forever, and hauled ass out to Reggie's in Chicago, which was a cool fucking venue.
Good old Reggie's.
With the exception of one of their staff, which I'll get to here in a moment. I had to turn off nice Brent for a moment and turn on motherfucker Brent, and yeah, he did not fuck with me after that, thankfully.
If you see any video on YouTube of Woods of Ypres playing at Reggie's in 2009 or something, it's like a balcony shot.
Yep. That's where Jordan sat.
David Gold planted.
Jordan walks with a cane, so he can't stand long periods. So they've got chairs up there, so he sat up there. So it worked out great for him.
Yeah, so David Gold planted me up there with his video camera. So I was in charge of recording them that night, and I did that another night in Philly. I can't remember which date that was.
Well, but, so apparently, I don't know if they do it for everybody, but they live stream their shows from there.
Oh, they didn't back then.
They stay up on YouTube. So like the Satan show from the other night, the entire thing was done by a professional videographer, and it's on YouTube. So I need to figure out a way to download that so I have it.
There are ways.
Oh, I know there are. I'm not current on how to do it because they change from time to time because YouTube figures out what people are doing. It'll take me fucking 2 minutes to figure it out. It sucks though, because comparing it to the set list from the night before, they cut like 3 songs. But the performance itself was great. Like, they were a lot of fun. I've become friends with those guys. I would say I'm definitely friends with Russ. Like, Russ is a friend of mine. He came and found me, hugged me, fucking took me into the venue. We fucking hung out. I went to their backstage and such. I've become friends with Sean. We're friends on Facebook. We're very friendly when we see each other in person. I've become pretty good acquaintances with Graham and Steve. I don't talk to them very often. When I do talk to either of them, it's Graham through email, but he's shit at getting back to people, and he's the first person to say it. And then it was cool that Brian Ross remembered me, because I worship at the altar of Brian Ross. I fucking love that guy.
At this point, why wouldn't he remember you?
Well, because I've only met him 3 times, 4 times maybe. But it's just it's cool.
Yeah, I guess Russ was mainly like, Russ.
Yeah, Russ was like, yeah, it's Brent. And he's like, I remember Brent. And I was just like, he could be bullshitting me right now, but it certainly didn't fucking seem like he was. Mm-hmm. But so I hung out upstairs with them in their dressing room for a bit. The dressing room above Reggie's is like a fucking apartment, and it's super badass.
I did not have access.
Yeah, it is super badass. Like, it is a nice apartment. And so they were quite taken care of up there. So I hung out up there with them for a bit. The opening bands were a band from Chicago that reminded me a lot of Candlemass, actually, called Professor Emeritus. And they have one album out that I'm aware of. I think it came out in like 2017. And then they have another album that's coming out here fairly soon, from what they said. I dug the fuck out of that set, so I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that album when it drops. And then Castle Rat was the other opening band for them.
Why do I know that name? It feels like Brooklyn. I've seen them. Oh, okay.
They're from Brooklyn. They played Hell's Heroes this year. And they are, honestly, you'd probably like them. They're kind of a doom stoner metal band with a female singer / guitar player who dresses in chainmail and a loincloth, basically.
Oh, wait. Did they
Big hair.
That's that's not the band that opened for Sanctuary.
Really fun band. Like, I really quite enjoyed seeing them. That was a lot of fun. I don't know if they would have opened for Sanctuary or not. Their first album just came out. But they were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed them. And unfortunately, once they were done, like half the people left, and Reggie's was pretty full.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, I do too. It's just like, you paid $30 for the ticket. Fucking stay. I mean, Satan's one of the fucking most legendary fucking bands ever.
And they sound great.
Yeah. So Russ is like, all right, well, we're going on in like 10 minutes, so we should get downstairs. So we go down the back way from the dressing room upstairs, down the back stairwell, and in the back door of Reggie's. We're in the little backstage area, side stage area. It's not very big. It's the size of a decent sized bathroom, I guess. Without the shower and the toilet and stuff, just like a bare room, you know.
Yeah.
With the immediate access to the stage right there. So I've got a bag with all my Blitzkrieg vinyl in it that I needed Brian to sign, which at that point he had already signed. The bag that I brought them a couple of bottles of whiskey in was now empty, but I'd put 2 Satan tour shirts in there that I'd bought. And then I had my tube with a poster in it. So I took all those off, put those right there in the side stage area, and decided I'm going to stand right there by the door. Nothing's going to happen to them. I'm going to step out here and fucking watch the band. So that's exactly what I did. Jumped out there, watched them. They played for, like I said, they cut a few songs out of the set, so they probably played 75 minutes.
Respectable either way.
Yeah. And so they're done. So I pop my head back in the curtain. Of course, all my stuff's still there. So I'm kind of just making myself available. I'm like, hey, you guys need help with anything? Because all they brought were guitars, and Sean brought his like cymbals and stuff like that. He didn't bring a kit because they're flying in between all these dates. So no, we're good. We'll let you know if we need you. Cool. I'm going to stand out of the way. So Russ is the first one to come out and walk out into the general crowd area, because there's still some people standing around wanting to get stuff signed and such. So he walks out there and he's signing stuff and such. And Brian comes out and Brian's signing stuff. And Sean doesn't come down, but he comes to the edge of the stage and kind of crouches by the monitor right there. And he's signing stuff there and talking to people and such. And all of a sudden, this very gruff and abrasive prick, it's the only way I can describe it, comes up to me and he goes, "Where's your wristband?" And I said, "What wristband are you talking about?" "Well, I've come to ascertain that he's asking me for a VIP wristband. So I guess these people had VIP tickets." I said, "I don't have a VIP wristband. I'm a guest of the band." And he goes, "I don't give a fuck. Get out. It's time to leave." And I said, "No, I just told you I'm a guest of the band. Russ, the guitar player, is 4 feet from you right there. He will confirm." And he goes, "I don't care. I work here and I'm telling you to fucking leave." And I said, "Okay, I'm going to go backstage." So I turned around to go backstage. He's like, "No, you're not." I said, "Are you going to fucking stop me?" As I walked backstage. And so I go back there and grab my stuff, fully expecting him to come in there and remove me.
Yeah.
If that would have happened, I would have walked around the back of the building and come right back in again, or walked up the stairs to the backstage area and just waited up there in the dressing room.
Yeah.
So I grabbed my stuff because obviously I don't want him to kick me out forcibly without me having my things in my hand. So I go in there and grab them. I'm not going to pop my head back out of the curtain. That's just asking for him to kick me out. But I did dare him to come back. Right. So I'm just like, well, I mean, he's 4 feet from me on the other side of this curtain. He's going to pop his head in here in any minute and get me. Which I'm sorry. Before I went back there, I said, "Hey, Russ, will you tell this guy that I'm with you?" And Russ goes, "Yeah, dude, he's with us." And the guy goes, "I don't fucking care. You don't have a lamb in it either." And I said, "He's the fucking guitar player that just got off the fucking stage, you goddamn idiot." So that's when I said, "Fuck this. I'm going backstage." "No, you're not. Watch me." So I went backstage. I grabbed my stuff. He never comes in to kick me out. So at this point, I set my fucking stuff back down and I just walk on stage. I'm just like, "Hey guys, what can I grab?" And by this point, Graham's like, "Russ is down there schmoozing with people. You want to grab his guitar? We'll run it upstairs when we go up." I'm like, "Sure." So he hands me his guitar. I've got my stuff in my hand again, and I'm standing there with the fucking guitar, just waiting on this douchebag to come through. He never fucking did. Right. So Graham's like, "All right, let's head upstairs." So I walk up with Graham. Fucking find Russ's gig bag, put the fucking guitar in there, standing up there just bullshitting with who am I talking to at this point? I think I'm bullshitting with Russ's cousin and her friend who were there. And then Brian comes up and talking to him for a minute. Sean comes up. Sean was the last person I needed to sign some stuff that I brought. So they're signing some stuff, the new Satan album and a demo tape that Sean's on that I needed to get signed, and my poster, which I'll get to in a moment. But yeah, so I never saw Douchebag again. Jordan was waiting in the car because I didn't want to press my luck and just drag Jordan upstairs with me. Even though I'm friends with these guys, I want to be respectful. Yeah. They didn't offer. That's fine.
Hell, Russ was about to get kicked out for not having a wristband.
Yeah. So I had handed Jordan my keys earlier in the night, and I said, "Hey, here's my keys. Wait in the car for me. I will do everything I can not to make it be too long." And so he says, "Okay, cool." Well, around the time that I'm starting to wrap things up upstairs, he shoots me a text and says, "Hey, I'm out back by the back door. I presume that's the door you're going to come out of." And I said, "Yeah, I'll be down in a few." So I bid everybody farewell. I wanted to get a picture with everybody together, but they were running around doing stuff. So I said, fuck it. We'll get it next time. I didn't get individual pictures because I have individual pictures already. Yeah. So I,
several,
went and got in the fucking car with Jordan and we left. But it was just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, are you a $15 an hour Serpico? Like, what are you doing? I do high-end executive protection when I do security. As in, I've done protective work for a former White House chief of staff, I think 2 U.S. Senate candidates, a few U.S. congressional candidates, and some state-level congressional candidates and such, as well as a CEO of a pretty fucking big company.
Only fans.
Not quite. I carry a number of various weapons on me that I'm trained in when I am doing executive protection.
These two fists are all the weapons I need.
Body armor, so on and so forth. And I treat everyone with respect. I'm nice to everyone. I don't trust anyone because it's my job not to, but I treat everyone with respect. I verify what they're saying and such, but everyone gets a fucking smile from me. I'm nice to people. I if I have to be a dick for a moment because someone's not ceding to my authority in a situation where I'm like, no, you can't be here. You need to go there. I'm nice about it until they give me a reason not to be. But this dude just came at me on fucking 11 immediately. And I kind of wanted him to lay a hand on me. I wasn't going to fucking punch him or anything like that. Like, I'm not saying I was going to be Billy Badass, but I wanted him to lay a hand on me because I would have fucking had him arrested for assault because he had no grounds to do it. He's a
this would have been you on the floor at Reggie's.
He's private security for a
who are you?
Club. Nope. He's private security for a private club, and he would be laying hands on someone who is in no manner, shape, or form physically or verbally threatening in the moment. Yeah. And had not in any way insinuated that I was going to advance it to that level. So I could have absolutely at least had the police called, if not him arrested for assault. Mm-hmm. So I kind of wish he would have laid hands on me, but he didn't. And at the end of the night, I went home. He went home. No paperwork. All's well that ends well. I got my way, and he probably thought I left, or at least chalked it up to himself. Oh, I don't see him. I bet he fucking left. Blah 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 blah.
I told him.
You're in Chicago. You're gonna get shot pulling that shit one of these days, fucko.
You see that dumpster out back? I missed that dumpster, man.
I don't remember if I did or not. There was some spray painted school buses and stuff out back that Reggie's uses apparently, but that was about it. But yeah, other than that, a fucking great night. Had a blast. They sounded great. I watched some of the YouTube video. The YouTube video sounded great. Great set. Fucking fun hang. Really glad to see those guys. They've got their visas are good for a year, so they're going to try to come back later in the year. Cool. They're potentially doing a festival date sometime in August. I'm not at liberty to say which one, but I may try to make it if I can make it work and it not be too expensive, because that's literally like 2 weeks before I leave to go to Atlanta, or 3. I don't remember exactly when the festival is. But and I don't think it's 100% confirmed yet, anyways. But so I'd like to go see those guys. They're going to try to do another tour around the U.S. So I told them to try to hit Minnesota or somewhere close to me that I can come out. But yeah, so a lot of fun there. I want to. So as I kind of alluded to earlier, two of your most prized possessions are your Cuckoo's Nest poster and that barrel, because you've had so many people sign them. That Cuckoo's Nest poster, is that an original poster or is it just an old poster? I know you got it from Warhol, but I guess I don't know the vintage of it.
No. I did not get it from Warhol. I gave him one.
Oh, okay. So you had two and you gave him one. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you'd gotten it from him for some reason.
No. The one that I got, so I had ordered the one that I wound up giving to Warhol, because I bought another one that was already signed by Louise Fletcher. And like that poster already signed by her was $12. So I wasn't going to pass up on that.
Sure.
And when I met her years later, I asked her if that is her signature, which I would really hope so, since I had so many other people sign it. And she said, "Oh yeah, that's definitely mine." And I had her write, "It's medication time," and she didn't charge me for the inscription.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
so
but
go ahead. Okay. So I have a Satan poster. It is from the first.
Oh, my bad. I didn't answer.
Yeah,
I didn't answer the question.
Oh yeah, where'd you get it?
It's not in original theatrical release poster. It's an original video store release. So it says like $49.99 for the VHS. Like it's and it's advertising the movie by saying how it swept the Academy Awards that year. It has everybody's name that won the Academy Award. I've had people sign next to those and stuff. So it's a really neat poster. I think it's cooler than the one that was in the actual theater.
The next time you come out, like I've said before, I'd like for you to take an extra day.
Yeah.
To come out here. We can go to Hedberg's grave. You can fucking see the house and see some of my shit and so on and so forth. But I've got a cool Chuck Norris Invasion USA standee that's fucking, I don't know, 4 feet tall or whatever, from a video store that's advertising the video release of Missing in Action 1, Missing in Action 2, and Invasion USA.
Awesome.
And fuck, what does it say? I can almost see it from here. Give me a second.
All right.
It says something. Maybe not that. There. Take home a tough guy, and it's got him. It's basically it's basically the cover of Invasion USA with the double fucking Uzis, or Mac 10s. Fuck, I can't remember what they are. From the half that I see, it looks like they're Uzis.
I think they're knob slobbers.
But so I have that, but kind of going on your video store thing. Yeah. But anyway, so and I have a Empire Strikes Back poster. Oh, it's starting to come off. I have an Empire Strikes. I have it. It's not an original Empire Strikes Back poster, because Empire Strikes Back came out in around Christmas of '80. This is a theatrical re-release in summer of '81, and it's original from then. And I have that framed upstairs. Nice. But anyway, so I've got a Satan poster that was from the Dynamo in Eindhoven, Netherlands, from February 26, 1983, and it is an original poster. Now, a little bit of backstory on it here in a moment, but it is an original poster that I got from a friend of mine. I spent a significant amount of money on it, but it was, they're one of my favorite bands, so I had to have it. And it's one of 2 that exists that I'm aware of. And his other friend has the other one. But February 26, 1983 was their first international gig. The first international gig they ever played was at the Dynamo, the world famous Dynamo in Eindhoven, Netherlands. And it was the first real gig they played, according to Russ. Russ said that everything else had been just kind of pub shows around the UK. Ian Swifty, as he's known, was their singer at the time. This was like a month before he left the band, maybe, for Brian Ross to come in and sing and complete the Court in the Act lineup that then went on to record that and then do a little bit of touring around that before he left to go back to Blitzkrieg. This was also Sean's first show with them as their drummer because Ian McCormick had just left to go to Battle Axe.
So this is a poster for a historically significant gig.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And so I've been going back and forth as to whether or not I wanted to have them sign it. Not Brian, of course, because Brian's not on it, but I wanted to have the four of them to sign it. And I'm friends or acquaintances. I guess I could call him a friend. Gary Young, the drummer for Avenger, another new wave of British heavy metal band, is the band that Ian Swift has sang for now for 40 fucking years. And I have sent stuff over to him before for him and Swifty to sign. So I have Ian's autograph on things. It is attainable to me. So I bit the bullet and decided, hey, I'm going to get this poster signed by the four guys other than Brian, and then I will send it to the UK in the coming weeks or months. Give it to Gary. Gary will have Swifty sign it. He'll ship it back. I will reframe it because it's been in a frame on my wall. There's a bare space on the wall up there behind me now where the frame is sitting over there on the floor. So how
much does it cost to mail a poster over to fucking wherever that is now?
I don't know, and I'm terrified to do it. I was actually trying to find like PVC shipping tubes, but I can't really find any that are suitable for like shipping without buying them in extreme bulk. I can't find singles anywhere. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is buy a bigger tube, fill it.
It's not folded, right?
No. It's rolled.
You don't want
it had been folded. It had been folded at one point.
Okay.
Well before I got it. Because Sean said, where'd you get this? And I said, well, you know my friend Tony in San Francisco, don't you? And he goes, yeah. You got it from him? And I said, yeah. He goes, fucker, I think I gave it to him. Years ago. I mean, back when Sean was living in San Francisco, because Sean lived in San Francisco for a while, and that's how they became friends. But so he said that poster came from him, and I said, well, what did you take it down off the wall? And he goes, no, I think it was extra. And I said, well, why has it got the pinholes in it? He goes, because I had it hanging up in my house. So, but he didn't have it framed. He just had it tacked up. So there are pinholes in the corners, but Sean, the fucking drummer, put them there. So,
but there's significant pinholes.
Yes. So I had them all sign it, and they're all like, dude, this is badass. And Russ is still in shock that I had it. He's just like, how much did you pay for it? I said, Russ, I don't want to discuss that number with you. Because Russ thinks I'm out of my mind, because he has told me on numerous occasions that I have the most significant signed Satan collection on the planet. I have literally everything the band has ever released signed by them, with the exception of the Guardian demo, which is the very first demo they ever did. There's so few of them out there, it's stupid. There's probably 15 of them in the world, although 22 people in Discog claim they have one. I doubt that number. And I have sent a message to all 22 people of them on Discogs going, hey, I'm a buyer. None of them have ever gotten back to me. One is not sold online since 2011, I think. So, yeah. But he tells me that I have... He says that I have the most significant signed Satan collection on the planet.
Awesome.
And that's including Satan, Blind Fury, and Pariah, all of which are the same band under 3 different names. I have every Blitzkrieg album as well, signed by Brian, with the exception of Absolutely Live, just because I can't find a copy of it. And Back from Hell, which I do own, but I found it online the day before the show, and it's shipping from Greece. And there's only 500 copies of that in existence. One is not sold online in 6 years. So that's why I didn't have one yet. And Brian said he'll definitely sign it next time I see him. And then, a bunch of other signed adjacent stuff, like a bunch of Avenger that's signed because of Swift's involvement with Avenger and Satan. Yeah, just a bunch of fucking family tree type stuff with that band. So I had them all sign it. I'm going to send it over to Gary and have Swifty sign it. So here is that poster.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so that's Sean, that's Russ, that's Steve, and that's Graham. And I will probably have Swifty sign it right here or right here. I haven't decided yet.
We can't see the pointer.
Oh yeah. So
I realized that earlier.
Yeah, so right under the A on the right, either there or
Yeah,
right
yeah.
between the red and the tail on the A on the right hand side.
Yeah, I would probably say uh like to the right of the red stuff on the right. You see what I mean? Under
So under Graham's signature.
yeah,
Okay.
but
All right.
like like in line with, is that Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send it over. I sent Gary a message yesterday and he said absolutely no problem. But I need to recover a little bit from this flight I had to buy because I plan
Yeah.
on shipping this. I'm gonna get a bigger tube, pack it full of like fucking uh newspaper or whatever, and then put a smaller tube with the poster in it, just to make sure because I'm terrified that it's gonna get fucking bent or anything like
Gotcha.
that.
Yeah, yeah, you don't want to.
Um,
If you're gonna
and
do
I'm
that, you got to do it right.
and I'm probably gonna send it like fucking FedEx or UPS overnight or 2 day or whatever. It's probably gonna be $100 to ship it at least.
Yeah,
But
when you do ship it, you got to let me know like how much that will come to. That's got to
yeah,
be ridiculous.
yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. But again, like I said, if I'm gonna do it, I'm not shipping it regular fucking USPS. Yeah, it'll
Yep,
be to them in a week and a half, but who knows what fucking condition it's gonna show up in. So
exactly.
yeah, I shipped a bunch of records over. They all came back in just fine condition. That wasn't an issue, but those records were replaceable. This is not.
Yeah,
I spent too much money on this poster to have it damaged. So yeah.
cool.
But that's what I got.
It's a
Anything
good
else in
one.
your end, or are we gonna wrap this fucker up?
We can wrap it up, but first, I just need to bring up.
Oh yeah.
Yep, on April 26th in Woodbury, New Jersey, at the not not VFW, American Legion, at the American Legion in Woodbury, New Jersey. This is Atlantic All Star Wrestling, AAW, the promotion that I am the brand new ring announcer for, which is ridiculous. This will be my first show doing the promotion. It's so the owner is retiring, and this is like his retirement event, as it says right there on the flyer. He's still gonna like be in the like around the border of the promotion the whole time, but he's not going to be on the books or running it anymore. If anybody's
Sure. Probably like an
interested,
informal consultant or something, another, I would
yeah,
imagine, like maybe helping with a booking question or something like, hey, how do we get
yeah,
here? Blah blah blah. Yeah.
exactly. If anybody in this area, if anybody's paying attention, if you want tickets to it, you can call 835-213-3148. The flyer's right up there on the thing. $25 front row, $10 general admission. Doors at 5:30, event at 6:30. It's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to seeing how some of these people perform. I like some of the gimmicks. I will be a purely unbiased participant. I'm not a heel, not a face, just a ring
He's
announcer.
a heel.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. April 26th. Be a good
That'll
time.
be cool. You'll have to let me know how that
Yeah.
goes. Just
Oh, I
A, the
will.
event itself, and then B, obviously your involvement with it, because fucking Red Tux gets to come out.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a fantastic time. I'll tell you what, the announcements are going to be right on.
Yeah. Actually, one more thing. Just because of
Yeah.
a conversation that you and Dodura got into. Something that is not. Um, my wife has some very choice words for you on your review of Long Legs.
Long Legs sucks ass.
She fucking loved it and
It's
got me to
terrible.
watch it. I liked it. I didn't think it was the greatest movie of all time, but I enjoyed
Terrible.
it.
How did
I
I
didn't think it was
word
terrible,
that?
buddy.
How the hell did I word that?
I don't know,
Some,
some fucking gobbledygook.
something of, no, none of them were involved. Hold on, Long Legs. I kept laughing about how I worded my review. Oh, good. I'm searching for Long Legs. All right. This is just lots of pictures of long legs. What did I say? Yeah, it was never creepy. It's an extra long sock filled with hot dog shit. That's the only review anybody could legally give that movie. Extra long sock filled with hot dog shit.
I'm gonna bring back something from the Bastard Cast right now.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Will, go fuck yourself.
Eating a meal, a succulent feast. This is my crime, oh what a beast. Why do you charge me for what I feel? Is it wrong to enjoy a Chinese meal? Now as I bid you my farewell, know this tale that I'm here to tell. Innocence stripped away so fast, a humble man's dreams at last.